What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Mana Decentraland today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Let's get into it, okay? Let's talk about it now. Here we are at about 32.7 cents, 0.69 cents, 44 minutes and 38 seconds left in this 4-hour time frame. We are consolidating. We're definitely consolidating at the base of this range here from a low to a high. Ping-ponging around between the 0.5 and the 0.69, just hanging out in this range. I very much do believe we're about to move up higher. That's kind of the purpose of this video. If we look at the RSI, you can see that you had a rather pronounced downtrend here with your lower highs, lower lows, and you've since broken out of it. You're in this more momentary uptrend. And what's nice about this kind of stuff, right, you're coiling. You're definitely coiling up. You've got higher lows, higher highs here, but you haven't really been in the overbought zone too much. You had a little moment in there, but you've just kind of been coiling up below it, and I think you're about to get your moment. I think you're about to see something that's a little bit more pronounced in there. The last time that you saw something pronounced like this, it didn't change the world. You didn't go to new all-time highs, but you did see a relatively nice move. In percentage standpoint, from a low to a high, that wasn't the absolute low, but whatever. It was about a 30% move. You know what I mean? So same kind of context here. And where you found resistance is kind of obscure in the charts. But if we were to move up from here, and I think that we will move up from here, the next target area that I would expect would be at a minimum at the base area of support here, which that's at about 42 cents. We're at 32.8 cents now. That would be in itself about a 30% move. Pretty similar to what we saw last time, right? Just that direct comparison. Again, this doesn't mean that we have to blast through the roof, although likely I don't think that we go lower than this low. Maybe we find resistance here, we come back, find a higher low, start to build from there. Maybe we blast through the roof, consolidate more. I don't know how it's going to look. Maybe we consolidate a little bit here, move up. However it's going to look, I expect to find some turbulence around 41 to, let's say 41 to 46 cents, 47 cents, something like that. You're at 32.8 cents now. So I expect this move to happen. We're on a 4-hour basis. It looks to me as though this will happen probably over the coming days, if not to start off next week. We only have 3 days and 9 hours left in this week, so it very well could happen. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it happened by the end of this week. It's also completely possible that it happens, on Monday or Tuesday next week, sometime early. But I think that we are very near the end of this consolidation phase. The best kind of assumption to make would be that we're just moving sideways until we break out. The line that I would watch for a breakout, let's just see. We get that low to high on there. Low to high fib, come on now. Would be, you already did the 236 though. Let's see. I guess it'd be the 069. So that's not really helpful at all. It's basically saying the only way that you'll know that you're breaking out higher is to be breaking out higher. So you won't know until you know. But getting above 35 cents, I think, will be a very strong indication that we are in fact moving higher. So being here at just below 33 cents, I think that that's fair. If I was wrong, if we were to move lower, technically, getting below the 382 just off of what you're doing, it wouldn't be enough, but I would say getting below the 382 would make me think you're going lower. Wicking below the 382 would not be enough, but a 4-hour close or more below 31.5 cents, that would make me think that we are in fact going below 30 cents, maybe even all the way down as low as like something just below 27 cents there. And that could happen. That would still be a higher low. That would be fine. All that means is that everything that I've said in this video so far about the upside, it will happen just at a later date instead, and that's fine. Instead of the end of this week, beginning of next week, maybe it happens at the end of next week if we were to move down. But I don't think we're going to move down. Again, that 4-hour RSI looks good. The 1-hour RSI is starting to look good, actually, right? You're getting overbought, overbought, overbought. You were getting oversold with these overbought readings, but now you're not getting oversold with these overbought readings. There's a change in the tide, my friends. You can see it on the 1-hour, you can see it on the 4-hour, and what's great about the 4-hour, this right here is why I decided to make a video on Mana, was this right here, because I felt like it was very time sensitive information, right? When you're in these areas, when you're coiling like this, it doesn't matter if you get a big move up like this into the overbought zone or not, right? Keep coiling, keep doing it, whatever. Eventually, you're going to be coiling, and at that point, you're all in these readings above the 50. These are your stronger readings. So even if you're not doing crazy big moves in the RSI, you're getting strong readings. You can only get strong readings if you're producing some strong efforts to the upside, right? If not, that's a bad thing. If we get some strong readings, if we get overbought, you guys, and we're not above these highs, we have a whole different conversation about Mana, okay? But likely we're about to start getting into these overbought readings, which means we're going to start seeing some strong reads, right? Because to get overbought, to produce high readings on your RSI, the relative strength index, which measures relative strength, to get strong readings, you need strong moves. Relatively speaking, right? I'm not saying anything that busts you out to new all-time highs, right? I'm just saying, relatively speaking, a strong move to this might be something like that, right? I don't know, 41 to 47 cents. That's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen. We can figure it out from there. You know, we can figure out where we're going to correct or how much higher we're going to go from there. But just for now, that's what I feel safe calling for. We are in this very, very long and just depressing accumulation zone, right? It's been a box. It's basically been a perfect little box for us since 2022 September. Once we break out of this, it's not common. Okay, it's not common to reject something 3 times. It happens, but that's about the extent of it. It's even less common to reject it 4 times. In fact, you're very likely not to reject it on the 4th time. You're very likely to break out, and a breakout of this magnitude, first off, what this would call for is a move all the way back up here. You're at 32.8 cents now. I'm talking about a move that's at 86 cents or 80 cents, something around there, right? That's basically given. But when you break out of this box that you've been in for 2 years, I would assume you're going to get a very explosive move that takes you to your next kind of consolidation phase, which that's all the way at $2.23, man. Like, you're at 32 cents right now, and if you have patience in your arsenal, you've basically got a golden ticket to something that's going to be worth over $2. It genuinely will. If not over $2, it might be worth over $4. I don't know. You've been pent up in this range, man. You've got some aggression. When you let loose, I don't know how far this thing's going to fly, right? It might go to an area that's totally logical, which is the prior area of support right here, right there above $2. It might do something that's even crazier than that. Maybe it goes all the way up to the points of resistance. Maybe it goes somewhere in between, in the middle. I don't know. You know, I don't know what it's going to look like. The line moved down there because of the magnet, but whatever. But we'll talk about that as we progress higher. Again, we're at 33 cents now. Focusing on that next kind of area, 41 to 46 cents, this kind of central area of this whole zone itself. You found support in this area, so we might find some resistance there, some support back here, some support back here. You know, it definitely could be a thing. If we're looking at the weekly RSI, you are set up in a very bullish posturing as well, right? Higher lows, higher highs, and while you flirted with the overbought zone, you haven't seen any deep readings. I'm assuming that just like that coil on the 4-hour, as we progress higher, we likely will see more consistent and deeper readings in the overbought zone, and something like that would only indicate that we are going to see stronger moves, which will likely come with the breakout of this overall range, right? I feel like I'm basically explaining the same thing on the weekly aspect that I was explaining on the 4-hour aspect, right? Very similar idea. It's actually the exact same analysis. Different time frames, right? You're in your own little box down here. When you break out of it, respectively, you will see a move that takes you to prior areas of support or prior areas of resistance, something like that. You know, that just makes a lot of sense to me. And it's the same thing with the larger term time frames. Of course, the analysis would scale up, you know, equivalently on different time frames. I want to look at the 1 hour real quick too again. Yeah, the 1 hour is good. That's right. Daily. The daily is in a downtrend. The daily is in a downtrend. So what we might see then is, with the daily RSI getting above the 40, breaking out of this downtrend a little bit, that also would be an indication that we are likely moving up as well. We got the highest daily close that we ever had in this range. I say ever had, but I just mean over the past week and a half now in this range. We got the highest daily close yesterday. Not a lot of volume, but still something, whatever. The RSI is in a point right now where it's either going to move back down. So if it does move back down, we're at 33 cents now. Maybe we could move back down to 30 cents, or it's about to break out. So either all this stuff just adds up to the same stuff I've been saying this whole video, right? And I like that. I like that we're getting confirmation across different time frames, across different metrics here. You know, basically all it's saying is we're either going to break out soon, we're either going to move up to this area here pretty soon, or a little bit higher pretty soon, either by the end of this week or the beginning of next week, or we're going to pull back by the end of this week, and then the beginning of next week we'll recover, and then sometime by the middle or end of next week, that's when we make this move. So it's either going to happen now or it's going to happen then, but it's going to happen, okay? And if I'm wrong on that, the only way that I could see myself being wrong really is that, you know, maybe we're not talking about the target in a high enough place. Maybe it goes through that target. Maybe Mana, you're tired of being this low and you want to go all the way up to 57 cents instead of 47 cents. I don't know. But I've got nothing else for you guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Let's look at the ribbon real quick. Daily ribbon, whatever. Not a whole lot to go off of there. 3-day ribbon is about to cross. Hey, on a cross, it's actually pretty common to pull back up. Hey, 1 day, 9 hours left, man. Maybe by the end of this 3-day period, if not the end of the next one, we will be up in this area. And that's at right there. That's 43 to 45 cents. That's the same area we've been talking about. Hey, I love when everybody see things agree. Weekly RSI or weekly ribbon as well. Weekly ribbon going through a cross as well. Not even a cross. I guess it would be a cross because we had the bullish cross. This would promote a false cross. So by the end of this week, I think it would be very nice to see us above. I think it would be nice if we did make this move by the end of the week. If not, next week is fine, but next week we really do need to close above 43 cents. This tells me if we want some significance on the charts, if we want to show some life, we need to get above 43 cents within the next week. Not by the end of this week. It's not completely necessary, but it would be ideal if in the next 3 days and 9 hours we were up here closing above that. It would be ideal, but if not, next week we still have another chance to do it. Yeah, so some good looks, some interesting looks on the 3-day and the weekly time frame. Some people might think this looks bearish, but I think it's rather indicative that we are in this crunch time. And when we're in the crunch time, that gets me excited that we're going to see some bullish behavior here soon. If not, if we don't, you guys, well then we can talk about the downside. We've got a whole nother conversation to have, but I don't think that's going to happen. So hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Thank you all for being here. Bye bye.